this one looks simples, but I'm going to do my usual thing, try and build up a bit of depth, try and get some nice contrast between light and dark. You don't have to do your own exactly the same world your lobster, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to build up some glazes on this one. Build up some glazes. So I'm going to start with a really light, I should have used my bigger brush really, not to worry, a bit late now. I suppose I could still swap it. Let's swap to a bigger brush, a bit quicker. A really light glaze across the old paper. See how much quicker that is? Across the old paper with some raw sienna. See that? Can you just see it? It's not dead strong, but it's there, especially in that middle bit of there, that bottom bit. So that's a nice glaze, a raw sienna, and you can barely see it, but it's there, covering the whole page. Right, because it's a glaze, we're going to have to dry it. Start with low heat, and gradually speed it up and settle as it send down. Good more now. Now take these clips off. Quite dry. Took clips off, I think I'm going to put them back on. Right, so that's glaze number one. This will be a really good one for practicing glazes. And glazes quite sort of, well, it's a really good technique. Right, get some cerulean blue. Alright, I'm just thinking I might, where's that brush gone? I'm going to wet my paper again. All way, I think. Let's do it all way, yeah. Blue, there. Cerulean blue. I think I'll start down here and bring it up to that horizon line there, and then I think I'll get a nice bit, this top bit, and just bring that down. Oh, that's perfect. I'll just sop up some of that sop at bottom there. That's perfect. Right, get that dry. Same again, low heat to start with, because we don't want to be blowing everything all over the place. We'll take that one off a minute. Now dry. Sorted. Stick this clip back on again. There we are. Right, so now, right, I'm going to go for a sorter. I'm going to leave my paper dry now because I want a bit of a hit and miss technique. I want some of my paint to hit and some on it to miss. I'm going to go for a darker blue now. So I've still got my cerulean blue in here. I'm mixing a bit of cobalt in and stuff as well now. Right, so I think the best way to do this, because I want this hit and miss technique, and it's going to be hard on this paper because this paper's completely smooth. If you've got proper watercolour paper, this will be much better for you. I think what I'm going to do, I've squeezed my brush right out, test that. That looks okay. Squeeze my brush right out. I think I'll just do it like that, look. So it's virtually dry brush. This top bit I've got to be careful to get this horizon line here, you see. So I've got quite a thin paint, but because my brush is dry and I only dip the tip of it in, I'm getting this hit and miss effect. Just up to my that's it. There. And I can go all the way across this like this. And a tiny little dip. And I'll start down here. Another tiny little dip. Because these bristles are all bashed up on the end. Look at that. That's helping with me hitting this effect. So, and moving quick helps as well. Like that. Tell you what, because I'm right-handed, I'm going to flip it that way. I'm going to do somewhere I start this side, somewhere I start to the side. Right, so I might just nip that off for a second. So it's like that. Wait, quick stroke, look. Quick stroke. On the dip. Quick stroke, like that. Quick strokes. All right. There. That's that side. Back to this side. Do a bit more on this side. There, a little sing while you're doing it. That's always alright. There. I'll go for some bits in the middle now as well. There. So I'm just chilling out. Look at that. I'm enjoying my sand. Look at that. That's sand. Look at that. That's pretty much exactly what I'm looking for. So now, I think what I'm going to do now is a sip of tea. I'm going to introduce another colour now. A brown colour. Pull that out a bit because I'm going to scrape some rocks. So, what colour we got here? So I've got a nice, it's got a bit of Payne's grey in it, bit of Bontumber. I think it's mainly just them two colours. Tiny dab more white. That's it. Perfect. And I think I'm going to get ready with my card, so I've got to be quick. I'm tempted actually. Let me just pin this back again. Just to get it pulled tight, that's better. There. Right. Move fast with this, because if you don't, the paint's going to dry. And then you'll not get this scratch technique. Once your paint dries, you'll not get that scratch. Right. I put this blue straight in, just for easiness. But some of these bits in here, I think I'm going to go more over this side and a bit less on this side. Some of these bits in here where I'm scraping back to, they're not that light. Because I put that blue straight in because I wanted to get my brush strokes straight across on here. So I'll put it straight in. But I can get some gouge and put a bit in. If you're on proper watercolour paper, I wouldn't use gouge. I'd get a stiff brush, something like that, and just rub the edges and it'll go back to white paper. Put highlights on like that. But because I'm on this this paper, this is cheap cartridge paper. Because I'm on this, there's no way I'm going to get away with that. I'll put some low lights in. Yeah, nice. So a few scrapes on there. Yeah, a few low lights in there. I'll get some highlights in a bit. There we are, some low lights in there. Alright, still got them blues in there as well, so that's locking it, harmonising up colours. Dab more water. Right, same colour again, exactly the same. There's some little rocks sort of in about there, something like that. Little gaps and stuff, ain't got to be dead. careful now. What's that? Just grab this because it went nearest thing. My card's down there. There we are. Another scrape. Right, now there's some more rocks coming right out here. So some more Bontumber. Put Payne's Grey in it. Just whack a bit of that blue in it. That's it. Do that blue in it. Right, so this one comes over here like this, right over to about there like that. Right, I'll grab my card, stick my things in quick before it starts to dry, then I can do my next bit. Like I say, if you don't move quick with this, it's going to dry. My screen's doing something weird. There. So, this bit here now seems to just... Oh, I'll join that bit up. This bit here now in here does seem to go a bit darker. A bit more in, a bit less. You can just see a few hints around. Put some low lights in here as well. Just see a few hints of some rocks in there, but not as much. So just get, where is it? Something a bit smaller for scraping when I'm using that. Just scraping a few little tiny bits in there. That'll do me perfect. Right, and then that same colour, really dark. Bontumber, I'll mix some more up. Bontumber, Payne's Grey, and some blue in, and a bit of yellow in. That's give me a green. I want a green. Right, now in here. There's some bushes and stuff. Go a bit darker. Something about like that. Now, is that even dark enough? I might have to do this in 2 layers, so it's sort of another glaze really. Right, let's get me spiky brush. Where's that spiky brush gone? There she is. Get me spiky brush, squeeze that out. Use that same colour. It's all on my hand. Get this spiky brush and pop some trees in with spiky brush there. That's nice. This tree sort of come down here. Get a bit more green into that. A bit more green in, that's better. And there's a tree comes down there. That's it. Something like that. Get some of them bits in there. There. Now, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to dry that and then go over that. That's better, right. Some more greens. Into this bit. Double your paint up. It's the best way to do it. If you keep trying to double it up while it's wet, it just keeps blobbing back into the same water. Don't work. Dry it, then thicken it. Right, that's that. Then in here, get some more Payne's Grey and Bontumber and come into these bottom bits here like this. Look, you can see my brush is a little bit spiky now. Look, get a bit of a dip just to chisel it a bit more. Yeah, I'm going to darken some of these bits in here a bit more. Just re-wet my brush just to chisel it a bit more. That's it. These bottom bits here can be really dark, I suppose. And then a few bits in there. Oh, that's better. Same here. I think I'll take some of this a bit darker. There in here. There's going to be some darker bits in there. That's it. Yeah. That's it. To me. Right, now then. Some more tea. I'm going to mix a colour now. This Bontumber colour and Payne's Grey here. Just going to whack a load more blue into that. Oh, that's perfect. Squeeze it all that. Oh, that is a perfect colour. Right. Normally I do my boats in white, but on this one, my boat's in silhouette. So I'm going to do it. It's silhouetted to like a dark blue. So this should do it. It's about there like that. So it's quite light there, so it'll stand out well. And that's the tip there. Then there's a big sail here. Sails around to about there, like that, and then there's a little sail. There, I wonder if I can get that. All that sort of touches at the bottom there. There, that's that. Tiny bit there. There, that's it. That's that. I'll just pop in a few more little low lights with this little brush. Can he resist it? Can he resist it? There we are. That'll do. Right. One more dry. Nearly done now. One more dry. Right. Tea. Nice. Right, let's have a look. I'll get rid of brush now. I'll just come into that same colour I've used for boat because it's only little bits, and there's just loads of little bits on bottoms of these trees here like that. Look. Little jobbies. Bits of sticky bits. There we are, something like that. Look, so that's that. Right. Done with that brush now, I think. Right, so now I want some. I'll tell you what I'm going to have now. I'll mix it in here, and then in there. I'll mix up. Right. Mixed up a sort of light cream colour, and I'm just going to glaze that on top of some of these rocks here. So it's just going to thicken these rocks up a bit. So that's not bad. And then there's quite a lot of it in some of these bits. I don't want to kill all that blue in there because that blue looks nice as well. I'll have a bit of that cream in as well. Okay, that's it. Tell you what, I think I'll just glaze a bit in there and in here. It'll glaze on with that blue and still keep a bit of that blue, I think. Right, so that's that. That looks nice. Right. I'll swap to an even smaller brush now. About that one, I think. Right. Now then. Some whiter lines. I think we want some whiter lines. It's not dry enough to put my hand on, hopefully, in here. I think this sea's so rough, it's not giving much of a reflection, but actually looking at it, there is a reflection under that one. so I might put that in a minute. Sort of forgot that. Down here there's no reflection on here really. Probably because it's so... because the sea's that rough, it's sort of... I'm not sure why. I've got photo, there's no reflections on my photo, so... but I don't know if it's when the sea's that rough. Right, I think I'm going to do these reflections. So to pull this down here like this, and get a tad of that colour and just... I think it's working quite well, like that. Just a soft sort of, yeah, that's quite nice. I don't know if to dab a little bit in there. Just some of them bits, tiny a little bit, not much. That'll do. There, that'll do. I'm going to have to dry that though before I can get the last bit of water. Turn it up and down and dry. Up and down, upside down and dry. That's it. My water lines will show up really well in there now, and that'll look good. That'll give me a really good contract between light and dark. You'll watch this now. Look at that. That's my water line there. Look. That's cool. Right there. That's it. Lovely jubbly. So I've got plenty of nice water lines in. Tell you where I'm going to want. Just let me have a boat going. I don't know which way it's going. Let's say it's. Put a bit of white lining under it anyway. It's going somewhere. There's no reflection under the boat. You'd think there would be, but there isn't. And I could pop one in. Like that, tiny little hint of one. That's it. Right, push again. Now, in here. So like I say, if I were using your own, because a lot of you will be using proper watercolour paper. If you are, I'd rub this. It looks better when you do it. I'd rub this paper till it goes back to white paper and wash the colour out and try that. And if that takes it back to white, that'll look a bit better than this. So I'm just popping a few, not loads, just a few highlights in. A few really fat bits, I think, so it stays on. So just a few highlights in there. You don't need much, a little bit like that. And then I think I'll have a few. And some of these as well, just a few little highlights. These will dry a bit lighter when they dry. Just a few little highlights in some of this stuff and all. Just where sun's hitting. That's it. So try that brush, chuck it to one side. Chuck it to one side while you have a look at it. Right, shall look now. Is this Peter and Paul or is it some seagulls? Gladys and Gertrude, the seagulls, I think. Peter and Paul are inland, man. Gladys and Gertrude, a couple of seagulls. Just looking at that, a nice bit of land just coming in there, dead faint would look nice on there. If I wanted to do that. World's your lobster, you ain't got to do yourn exactly the same as mine, you can do what that wants. Bully. Can't hardly see that. Let's go over that. Bully. Dully. Bertie D. There we are. Jobs are good. Nice little in there. Oh, I see the little highlights on there now. They're drying and fading back a bit. Little highlights on these rocks. Just made it easier for me to go. You could leave that white and then get the white of your paper, but I wanted that straight across look in there. So, alright, I'll set it on beach. In it.